Hi guys, it's Mo. Welcome to today's video. What am I up to, huh? Today we're going to be revisiting the Natasha Denona Sunset palette. I admit, of all my Natasha Denona palettes, as you can see, she's one of my favorites. Her and the Metropolis fight for the #1 spot. I'm just going to tell you right now. Today I wanted to revisit this palette. I wanted to create some more looks with it. And I do have other videos with this palette with some other looks. I'll link so that you can check them out. And to top it all off, Natasha Denona is coming out with a new collection, the Bronze collection. And yes, I did get it. She has been purchased and she is on her way. So that video will be up very soon. I mean, as soon as physically possible, once I get it and it. Anywho, yes, today we're going to be playing around with the Sunset palette, and I also pulled out two of my cheek palettes from Natasha Denona that we will be using as well, the Tan and the Bloom. I use them both differently, except this one for bronzer, on the two different eye looks, so yeah. So let's go ahead and get started. Come on. I'm going to prime my eyes with the Hourglass Veil Eyeshadow Primer. I have been liking this a lot. I still reach for my Marc Jacobs, but this one is really nice. It gives just like a little tiny bit of a tint on the lids, but it's not anything major, But I do like how my lids look when I use this primer and stuff. And the only advice I have with this primer is let it sit for a minute before you go in with your shadows. I've been using it consistently and I do like it a lot. So as you can see here, my Sunset palette is extremely well loved and I'm very proud of that. I've got my Chikuhoda GSN 10 brush and I want to go into the shade Horizon. You guys have to let me know if you like when I do two different eye looks in one, or if you like when I do the same, remove it, and then do it again. I'd like to know your preferences. Shadow blends like butter. So good. I think this shade, this red shade here is pronounced Panjin. I'm gonna take that with the same brush. I'm gonna focus this one directly in my crease. And it's totally cool if it gets on the lids. You don't have to be too perfect. What I love is that the colors, they just meld together so nicely. There's like no weirdness anywhere. And they are really easy to blend. I'm going to take the shade Bermuda and my Wayne Goss number 7 brush, and we're going to use that as brow bone highlight. How are we all doing? It's been a lot going on, I know, but I say it all the time. Makeup for me, it does something, it's like a form of therapy almost. I'm just going back in with the GSN to blend. But I hope we're doing all right, Hope we're all doing well, all things considered. Hope we're all keeping strong. I'm going to take the shade Morgana and my Wayne Goss number 6 and apply that to the lid. And I'm using my brush dry. This brush isn't very densely packed, and with these shades, it still gives the most beautiful coverage to the lid. The intensity isn't too much, whereas if you had used a more dense brush, you'd get a lot more pop. Say, let's go in with a Sonia G Builder 3 brush, right, with that same shadow. You're definitely going to get more intensity. Still pretty. but it's more intensity. Yeah, I think I want to go for the more bronze tone. We'll put that on the inner portion. That's Abade. This one right here is a little bit more bronzy than this one. This one's a little more yellow. I'm going to take the Sonia G Builder 3 brush. So when the two colors meet and I want them to blend, I just pat between the two to get that nice soft transition. I'm going to go back into the orange shade, the first one, Horizon, just kind of touch up. My Sonia G Crease Pro and the shade Terra. I'm going to use that to start deepening up the outer portion of my eye. And just slowly build it up to the desired intensity. I'm like getting excited because once I put on foundation and lashes, and it's literally going to pull everything together so nicely. Now, with that same brush, I'm going to go into the shade Volcano. This one is just a little bit darker, a little bit more depth on that area. There we go. And same thing, I'm just going to slowly build it up. Now, because this is going to be our more dramatic look of the two, I want to go into Ice Gold with my pencil brush from Wayne Goss and pop that on the inner corner. All right, let's bring everything together. The magic of just the foundation and just bringing some life and cleaning everything up. Let's do it. I'm also gonna just quickly share with you, these are not new, but we're revisiting some things I know we have and we love. So I'm going to be using the Bloom palette and the Tan palette. I'm using my Shiseido foundation today, and everything I use will be linked down below. Face Pro from Sonia G and the Tan palette. I'm going to go into the bronzing shade. She's pigmented. So we're just going to tap that off. Let's go into the Bloom palette for some blush. Taking my finger into the cream blush. You really don't need a lot. It's very pigmented. I'm going to just kind of dab it out on my hand before I go in because, yeah, that's a little too much. So I'm going to go in with more so that intensity. So pretty. I'm going to go back into the Tan palette and get the cream, this one, with my finger and use that as my highlight base. Ooh. These palettes are so nice. I'm so excited for this new one from the Bronze collection. At first I was like, don't get it, you don't need it. You have the other ones. Yeah, I know. But it's Natasha Denona. And these blush palettes are so good. I love the highlighter in the Tan palette, but I like mixing the cream from the Tan palette and this highlight from the Bloom palette. You'll see why in a second. My airbrush from Wayne Goss. And you just need a little bit. Oh my god, you just need a little bit. This thing is serious. It's too much. It really is. So I'm taking my Chikuhodo GSN 10 brush, no product. I'm just going to kind of buff around the edges because when I went in with my concealer, kind of sharpen things up. I want to soften them back up before we start working down. I'm going to go into that really dark shade, Igneous, and go really close to the lower lash line with it. This is my synthetic pencil brush from Wayne Goss, so it is a little bit thicker than, let's say, the number 5. So I just go in with a little bit of that dark shade, and this brush kind of diffuses it just a little bit. You're still getting color, but it diffuses it a little. So it's not as intense as you may think, you know? Now I'll go in with that smaller pencil brush, number 5, with the Volcano shade. That way we can pull everybody together. While I'm here, I'm going to touch up my inner corner with Ice Gold. I am taking my Isom T05 brush, going into the darkest dark brown. Just a little liner on my upper lash line without using a liquid liner. Just kind of stamping it right up by my upper lash line. See, so it looks like I did a wing liner, but it's softer because it's shadow. Love doing that with this palette. And you can really make it as thick as you want. I recently did a full dedicated video to this mascara. I'll link it so you can check it out. This is the Marc Jacobs At Lashed mascara. Let's put a couple of coats. I'm going in with my Louis Vuitton eyeliner in the shade Zulu. It's just pretty much a nice chocolate brown because why not? I'm actually going to show you 2 lip options for this look. This is the one that I would gravitate to first. It's a nude. I paired it with a darker brown lip liner. This one's from Il Makiage. Everything I use will be listed down below. And one of my favorite nudes from Christian Louboutin, Just Nothing. But if you want to keep it with the, you know, the vibe, the sunset vibe, the more bold, I have another lip option that I think would be pretty fun. And this one's thanks to Vicky J. Agatha Orange from Gucci Lipstick. Let's try this with this look. This Agatha Orange from Gucci Lipstick is like the perfect red orange. And it looks so good on so many different skin tones. But if you want to be a little more fun, keep everything bold, go for it. Some Agatha Orange in your life. You've got the Natasha on the face, on the eyes. Yes. So let's do another look. Yeah, let's do it. All right, so I'm thinking since the first look was so dramatic, let's do something a little softer. For this look, I'm going to share my go-to look from the palette. This is what I will put on when I'm going to like anything with the kids or just going out and I want to look, you know, a little cute. I'm going to go into this shade here, Bermuda, with my Wayne Goss number 4 brush. And I'm focusing that on the center beginning portion of my lid. It's very soft and that is intentional. And you'll see. This shade, it comes off as like a super soft pink on me and I love it for that. I just build it up until I like how it's looking. And then I'll just take the same brush and just put a little something on the brow bone. My Chikuhodo GSN 10, I'm going to go into Terra and very lightly I'm focusing that on the outer V, bringing it through the crease very softly. You know, you just take your time and build it up, you know, to your desired intensity. What I like to do is I just clean my brush off on my microfiber towel and just diffuse upwards because I got a lot of space so that everything is super soft and blended. And now is when I go back into that Bermuda shade and just bring it up and apply it on my lid and just meld the two colors together. This to me is like the easiest look. And then I'll just reapply that Terra shade to perfect everything. What I'll do right at the end is I'll take my finger in the shade Atmosphere and just very softly pat that on my lid. And I mean very softly just pat it. And then one more time with the Chikuhodo GSN 10 brush. I like to take my pencil brush, my Wayne Goss number 5, and go into the shade, that red shade, Panjin. And then I'm going to do my same technique with the Isom T05 brush and that shade Igneous and do a powder liner. And this time around, I'm going to go in with my Gucci mascara and do a couple coats. I'll speed through using these palettes, but I am going to use them again. So because this look is a little more chill and toned down, I'm going in with this Gucci Balm lipstick. It has a little bit of a color to it, nothing too crazy. It's a very soft, everyday kind of color. And here we are. This is a look that I do most often when I grab this palette. It's a very soft, maybe some will say boring kind of look, but I like it because it just puts me together a little bit of color, and it's definitely softer than the first one, which was very much more dramatic. And if you want some more inspiration, more bold looks, more soft looks, I will link those videos down in the description box for you, but here we are, look 2. So, of the 2 looks, I'd love to hear which one was your favorite. Comment below. I think of all of my Natasha Denona palettes, it's between the Sunset and the Metropolis that are like my #1 spot. Like they're fighting for #1 spot, those 2. Comment below. Let me know which Natasha Denona palette you'd like for me to do a revisit on next. Let me know if you're getting the new Natasha Denona Bronze collection. It's so pretty. I'll have my video up for that very, very soon as I get the products. I had a lot of fun with my Sunset palette. Yeah. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. I appreciate you so much for hanging out with me today. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay beautiful. I'll see you soon guys. Bye.